and good afternoon. Today is Friday, and so thank you for joining me on my regular Lunch and Learn. And today we're going to talk about viruses. There are a lot of things going around. There is hand and foot going around. There's RSV going around. The flu's going around. Flu A, flu B. It's all out there. And so today we're going to be talking about some things that you have at your very own home, probably right this minute, that you can start doing to help protect yourself against these airborne substances. And so it's not as hard as you might think to protect yourself. And if you have a weak immune system, then that's something that we can help you with. But what you want to do is you want to take precautionary measures. Now, personally, I have not been sick in forever, so thank you, Jesus, that is the way it is. I do a lot to protect myself. Some of the things here I have been doing, did not know how effective they were, so I was really excited when I read this report. However, there are things that you can do that are little tiny things that don't cost a fortune that you can do in order to protect your immune system. So one of the most powerful things that you can do is to have a diffuser in your home where during the season you put in tea tree oil. Now, tea tree oil is not something that most people use in a diffuser because aromatically it's not all that great. Now, some of you may reach out and say, oh, but Dr. Polly, I love the way tea tree oil smells. And if you do, then that's great. But it's not one that we use instinctively for aroma and peacefulness and all that kind of thing. However, tea tree oil is very, very effective to fight viruses, colds, flus, all that kind of stuff. So several studies have shown that tea tree oil is effective against influenza. One study in the International Journal of Pharmacy and the Pharmaceutical Research demonstrated that Melaleuca, well, I probably didn't say that right, showed significant anti-influenza properties. The researchers concluded that tea tree oil, in addition to olive leaf extract, could be used preventatively to prevent outbreaks of viruses. So this is really important. Tea tree oil is everywhere. Now, I just want to give you a couple of cautions about essential oil. I love essential oil. We use essential oil in our office all the time. We buy really good essential oils that are unadulterated. We're able to see the gas chromatography, mass spectrometry. We're able to see those things and to see that these essential oils have not been adulterated. What you are not going to want to do is to go down to your big box store, to your grocery store, to your pharmacy, and buy these oils. They will not work for you. Why is that? Because they're cheap. They have been adulterated. They've had things added to them. They may have a carrier oil added to them to make them more economical, because if you get the full strength, then you're going to be paying a whole lot more. And so you want to avoid essential oils from those places. Why is that? Because essential oils have frequencies. Think about a laser, right? When you have a laser, you can point that laser, and that laser can burn something. It can cut a hole in something. It does what it needs to do because it is a very tiny frequency of light, all right? An essential oil has a frequency, but it is not a light frequency. It is a different kind of frequency. When you have really good tea tree oil, then what that's going to do is that's going to burn through the envelope that carries the viral package, all right? So every virus has a survival mechanism, and it is an envelope. They call it an envelope. Usually it's a fat-soluble envelope, okay? So if the virus is protected inside a lipid envelope, the frequency of tea tree oil burns through that package, which makes the virus more susceptible to death, less susceptible to going into your body and causing havoc in your body. So if you are using tea tree oil, not on your body, certainly not internally because it's very, very volatile, but if you just put it in a diffuser, have it going on in your office, workplace, in your home, that kind of thing, it absolutely degenerates that lipid envelope, and so that virus has to die. So this is another study and the American Journal of Essential Oils and Natural Products showed that tea tree oil was 100% able to inhibit influenza type A. In addition, a 30-minute exposure of the type A virus to tea tree oil vapor, that's what you get in a diffuser, caused a 100% inhibition, meaning that the vapor's medicinal actions had a lasting effect. In a study from the journal Molecules, published in 2022, it studied the antiviral activity of several essential oils using vapor instead of liquid oil. It found that tea tree oil strongly reduced the viral cytopathic effect of host cells. Now, oh my goodness, what is the cytopathic effect? Well, this refers to the structural change in the host cell, that's me and that's you, all right, that allows the virus to replicate in your cell. So the study concluded that the most abundant components of the essential oils vapor might directly interfere with the influenza virus envelope or mask viral structures necessary in the early stages of viral infection. So breaking that down, what that means is if you have in your home a diffuser with good quality tea tree oil, then anybody that comes in your house, any germs the kids bring in that have to do with a viral pattern, the tea tree oil vapor are able to 100% stop the transmission and the replication of that virus, all right? They did the study on the influenza A, but all viruses have a lipid envelope, okay? So if it burns through the lipid envelope in one, guess what? It most probably burns through the lipid envelope in all of them, and so that's why this is really important. It says the main way to maximize tea tree oil's antiviral benefits is to diffuse it. Now, when you diffuse it, you don't want to do overkill. You want to, if my memory serves me right, and you have a very good essential oil, you want to do 4 drops per 100 milliliters of water, which is not very much. It'll last a long time. We have a diffuser. I have a diffuser in my office that it only lasts an hour. All right, and so I put 4 drops because it only holds 1 milliliter of water. Out in the lobby at the clinic, we've got one that'll go 8 hours. And so depending on how many mils of water we put in there, we adjust the dosage of the essential oil. And of course, we want our essential oil going all the time. Why is that? Because we have sick people coming in here and we do not want to be infected. Now, I will just tell you, I've not missed a day of work. I can't remember when. I think the last time I missed a day of work was probably 15 years ago, and I had an elective surgery to repair an umbilical hernia, right? So I missed work because of that, but I cannot ever remember missing work or missing school because I was sick. So I have a very good immune system, but I do a lot to help my immune system, and diffusing essential oils is one of those things that I do. So it talks about the influenza particles that spread throughout the air through close contact with infected people and through surface or objects contaminated by the virus. The particles can remain active on surfaces for 48 hours, according to the CDC. So sterilizing your surfaces is a good idea to reduce the spread. Diffusing tea tree oil is a good way to give your living space deep cleaning without having to resort to harsh chemicals. So, hey, you don't even have to have anything. You just turn it on, that vapor hits your surfaces, and it kills on contact any of those virus particles. So that's just a huge benefit of that. And it's very, very easy. Now, again, you want to get these at a reputable dealer, a health food store, or a doctor's office like mine. You don't want to get this online. You don't want to get this at your big box stores because you're going to be getting something that is very diluted and it's not going to work for you. The other thing that you can do is to supplement. Now, I'm going to tell you several different supplements that you are able to use to help with a viral load. However, I'm also going to tell you about one product that has all of them in there. So you're not buying 15 different bottles of supplements that are from different manufacturers that are not cohesive with each other and they're not in the right ratios, right? So we're giving you a lot of information here. So one of the things that we want you to do is to eat whole foods. We know that we've talked about that. We've talked about the nutritional density of our fruits and vegetables that have declined over the years. Remember, the latest study that I have seen was from 2002. And yes, that was 20 years ago. And it compared the nutrient density in fruits and vegetables in 2002 with the previous latest statistics, which was in 1985. So from 1985 to 2002, they found that fruits and vegetables had lost about 75% of their nutritional density. So what does that mean for you? That means that you're not going to be able to get everything that you need from your fruit and vegetables, although we do want you to have good organic fruits and vegetables. We also want you to supplement with a good multivitamin. Now, why do we want to do that? Because we know that the body absorbs the nutrients from your food, absorbs the nutrients from your multivitamin in order to do antioxidant, your bioflavonoids, your carotenoids are changed into antioxidants through enzyme action. Those antioxidants go in and deal with the free radicals. Free radicals are what cause you to age and what cause you to become sick. Now, in a related article that I just received yesterday, this is brand new news, in the journal Alzheimer's and Dementia, the Journal of Alzheimer's Association, it did some testing with multivitamin, multiminerals, and they have found that if you are an older person, hello, we're all getting older, right? And if you may be having some mental issues, taking a multimineral, multivitamin had a positive benefit. The benefit was particularly pronounced among participants with a history of cardiovascular disease. Now, cardiovascular disease is rampant. If you have high blood pressure, you are having cardiovascular issues. And so if this is you, then you want to get a really good multimineral multivitamin, because if you are someone with cardiovascular issues, they found that overall cognition was found to decline over over a 3-year period of people who did not take a multimineral multivitamin. Those that did take a multimineral multivitamin had an increase from their baseline. The multimineral multivitamin also was associated with increased improvement benefit in both episodic memory and executive function over the 3-year period. So if you're getting older and you're concerned about cognitive decline, having a good multivitamin is going to be something that's in your favor. Okay, so that's important. You want to look at vitamin C. Now, vitamin C, if you are here in the United States, I need you to make a note of this. Almost 100%, we'll say 95% of vitamin C made here in the United States is genetically modified. Why is that? Because it comes from corn. You don't want to be doing genetically modified anything because it damages your immune system. So if you get vitamin C, you want to get vitamin C from Canada. That's what we do. We get it from Canada. We know that it's not been genetically modified. If you're getting your vitamin C from rose hips, if you're getting your vitamin C from another herbal, then you're probably okay. But if you're getting anything called ascorbic acid made here in the United States, then you are getting something that is genetically modified. Now, we do know that vitamin C is something that is very, very good for the immune system. Your body cannot make vitamin C, and so you have to ingest it on purpose. It is a water-soluble vitamin, which means it cannot build up in your system. And so you want to take a lot of it if you feel like you've got a viral pattern coming on. You feel like you've got the sniffles, a cold or flu or whatever. It says vitamin C is necessary to help our bodies fight infections, heal wounds, and stimulate the production of white blood cells. This is a vital component of our immune system. It also is a powerful antioxidant, reducing inflammation and fighting the free radicals, which can impair your health and accelerate aging. So that's why if you follow what we do with our skincare, you know that we've got a facial wash that has activated vitamin C in there. Why is that? Because it's very, very good for your skin and it helps defeat the aging process. So some of the best foods to eat that have vitamin C in it are rose hips, which we just talked about a while ago, chili peppers, guava, cantaloupe, oranges, grapefruit, kiwis, strawberries, bananas, tangerines, black currants, spinach, snow peas. I love snow peas. Kale, broccoli, bell peppers, tomatoes, camu, cherries, and Chinese red dates. Now, your recommended daily allowance is 90 milligrams for men and 75 milligrams for women. I'm just telling you that's going to do you zero good. All right. If you're feeling like you're fighting something, you need to take about 5,000 IUs of vitamin C, 5,000 milligrams. All right. Why is that? Because you want to have enough in there to do what it needs to do. Just 75 milligrams is not going to do you any good, none whatsoever. Now, one of the things you need to be careful about, because if you have too much vitamin C, you're going to have diarrhea. So we don't want to do that. So start with 1,000 milligrams, work up to 1,500, work up to 2,000, work up to 2,500, work up to what we call bowel tolerance. We don't want you taking a lot of vitamin C and then going to the restroom and losing it, okay? It's very, very good. It will help your immune system, but you need to take about 5,000 milligrams a day. Vitamin D is another component that helps you with colds and flus. In fact, I have heard holistic doctors say that if your vitamin D level is 70 nanograms per deciliter or higher, it is impossible to have a viral disease. And so most of the time when you get your vitamin D at the doctors, when you get your blood work done, if they even do vitamin D, right? Your medical reference range says that if you are at 30 or better, you're fine. Holistically, we need you to be at 70 or better to have these benefits. You can't get depression if your vitamin D is high enough. You can't get the cold or the flu if your vitamin D is high enough. And I have heard it said that it is a great cancer inhibitor as well. So for what that's worth to you, get your nutrients up. This is why I think everybody needs to have their vitamin D levels checked. It says vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin that promotes calcium absorption and helps maintain the body's calcium and phosphate levels where they are needed to build new bone. Vitamin D helps to reduce inflammation and modulates cell growth, glucose metabolism, and your immune function. So cell growth, remember, a cancer cell is a cell that is going absolutely bananas, all right? These are the foods that have a lot of vitamin D in it. Cod liver oil, nobody likes that, but it's good for you. Salmon, swordfish, tuna, orange juice fortified with vitamin D, dairy and plant milks fortified with vitamin D, sardines, beef liver, cheddar cheese, sardines, cremini mushrooms. I don't know what those are, but that's the name of it. Pork chops and eggs. So those are some foods that are in there, all right? So we know holistically, if you are sound and competent in your vitamin D levels, you need 9,000 IUs a day to stay level, all right? Your recommended daily allowance is about, 600 international units. So that's very, very low. And so if you want to be healthy, you need to go above the recommended daily adult requirement, okay? Vitamin E. Vitamin E is another fat-soluble vitamin. It fights the free radicals that cause DNA damage and accelerates aging. So you get that in your wheat germ oil, your almonds, your peanuts, your peanut butter, your hazelnuts, your beets, your collard greens, all right? Beet greens, collard greens, spinach, all of your dark leafy vegetables have vitamin E in it. Sunflower, safflower, and soybean oil. Now, I'm just going to tell you, soybean oil and safflower oil almost always are genetically modified. So we don't recommend that. All right, so if you're going to buy those oils, look for the ones that say organic and they're part of the non-GMO project. All right. Sunflower seeds, pumpkin, red bell pepper, kiwi, mango, and tomato. So we want to make sure that you get that. Vitamin A also plays a role in making your white blood cells, and your white blood cells are your warriors in your body. Vitamin A is also very, very vital for eye, for your vision, for optical disorder. So you want to have a lot of vitamin A. You get a lot of vitamin A in your kale, your spinach, your broccoli, your carrots, your sweet potatoes, pumpkin, winter and summer squash, milk, eggs, beef liver. Again, I'm not a proponent of liver. Why is that? Because liver is a filter food. If you can get an organic, grass-fed, grass-finished cow, then you're going to be better if you particularly like that. However, just remember, whatever the cow ate went through the liver, and so the liver is a filter. I don't want to eat a filter. Tomato, fish oils, bell pepper, red bell pepper, mango, cantaloupe, tuna, butternut squash, lettuce, and pink grapefruit. All right. They want you to take about 700 micrograms of vitamin A. I would really be careful about going over this because vitamin A is a fat-soluble vitamin. It can build up in your system. So you want to get this from food as much as possible, and you don't want to overdo your RDA. Zinc. Zinc is an essential mineral that functions in the body for wound healing, immune system function, building proteins, and DNA, fertility in adults, all right, and growth in children. Now, zinc is another one of those elements that cuts through that envelope that encases the viral load. So I don't know if you've ever had those zinc lozenges. You've got a sore throat, you've got a cold, you've got the flu, whatever. You take those zinc lozenges and all you taste is that metallic taste in your mouth. Well, that is what is killing the viruses and making an environment that is inhospitable for the virus to replicate. You can get zinc in your food, in your oysters, in your beef, your chicken legs, so white meat, firm tofu, lean pork chops, squash, pumpkin seeds, lentils, low-fat yogurt, oatmeal, and shiitake mushrooms, okay? Again, you don't want to overdo zinc. They're saying here the RDA is about 11 milligrams. I do 50 to 100 milligrams when I do it. Just throwing that out there. That's what I do. Eat chicken soup. Everybody can eat chicken soup. Why is that? Because chicken soup is very, very powerful. It is slow cooked. All the nutrients are there. It's not boiled. And so when you eat that, it is a great way to absorb the nutrition in there because it's all mushy. All right. You pretty much can put it through the blender, just swallow it, and it just goes down there. So in a study in the Journal of the American College of Chest Physicians, it corroborates this ancient wisdom. A study found that chicken soup increases mucus flow and helps eliminate the cold virus. So let's talk about mucus because nobody likes mucus. What is mucus? Mucus is the body's ability to coat, dilute, and carry out of the body the pathogens, the virus, the bacteria, the pollen, whatever it is. Chicken soup enhances that production. So when you cough, your cough is productive. All right. When you're all congested up here, you don't want to just keep sucking it up, right? You want to blow it out. You want to cough it out. You want to do whatever you can to get rid of that because that contains the pathogens. You don't want to take a pharmaceutical that's going to dry it up in your tissue because when you get the next infection, you're going to have to revisit the new bacteria or pathogen and then whatever has been dried up in the tissues before. Yes, I know. I did it for years. You feel better when you take some of those medications. And I agree, you do feel better. Long term, it's not healthy and it's not going to get you where you need to go. All right. The fourth thing I think we're looking at is to wear a scarf. Nobody wears scarves, or hardly anybody wears scarves anymore, but just wrapping a scarf around your neck when it's cold outside prevents bacteria from getting into your body. I don't know how this works, but this is the report. Not being warm enough puts an unnecessary stress on our immune system, which is why keeping warm, especially during the cold and flu season, is important. Our bodies are under constant assault by external invaders. We tend to get more viral infections in colder months because we spend more time indoors around people and less sunshine. Yes, that is true. It says in Eastern medicine, fall is the season associated with wind, and it's considered the master of 100 diseases. So in Eastern medicine, wind is considered the master of 100 diseases. The place where wind and cold most easily enter the body is through the neck. Wearing a scarf, especially in the fall when the seasons are changing and there's often a chill in the air, is an excellent way to ensure that you stay warm and your vulnerable neck is protected. Another great thing about the scarf, it's highly portable, it's available, and it comes in almost every color. Now, I'm just going to tell you, right, I keep a scarf in my car. Whenever I'm outside and it's cold, I will always have something woolen, maybe not wool per se, but something warm to keep my neck warm. Why is that? Because if my neck is cold, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be hunched up, muscle stressed, all that kind of thing, and I don't like the way that makes me feel. So I have learned that if I have a scarf, I tuck it into my jacket, I tuck it into my sweater, whatever it is, and it keeps my neck warm. I stay relaxed. I absolutely did not know that this was preventative for colds and flus, but here you go, the study proves it. And the final thing is to practice good hygiene. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Yes, you go to the bathroom, you wash your hands, but also if you are working in public and you're around people all the time and you come in contact with people that are sick, they're visibly sick, then you want to make sure that you are washing your hands. Why? Because you're killing all those pathogens. Now, I said I was going to mention this. This is a great product. I love this product. I've been doing this for about 3 years now, and you guys know why, all right? And I've been healthy all through it. Why do I like this product? Because it has all of these ingredients: vitamin A, vitamin C, zinc, copper, L-lysine, astragalus, milk thistle, elderberry, reishi mushrooms, lion mane mushrooms, cordyceps, pau d'arco. Pau d'arco is an herb that is an antiviral. Echinacea, golden seal, and quercetin, right? So this I keep in the clinic. It has all of those nutrients that we talked about earlier. You don't want to have 15 different things, people. You want to have one thing that's blended appropriately in order for you to have the immune defense that you need. And so if you do that, diffuse your tea tree oil, wear a scarf around your neck, and eat the chicken soup, voila. You've got everything in your toolbox that you need in order to protect yourself during the cold and flu season. So, hope this helped you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for all the things that you do. Thank you for joining me. I honor you. It means a lot when I see your name come up. It just means a lot for me that I know you're there. If you want to comment, that even makes it better, because a lot of times people come in and they say, "Oh, Dr. Polly, I saw your video," and it's like, "Well, I didn't see you." So, like, share, comment, all those kind of things help us stay viable in the digital space. So it is the weekend. Take care of yourself. Eat your chicken soup. Diffuse your tea tree oil. Wear your scarf. Wash your hands. Love you guys. Take care.